guys, it's Mima. Welcome to my channel. This video I'm going to be updating you guys on my CPA exam journey. Now, if you can't tell from this big old smile on my face, I am ecstatic to say that I have passed the CPA exam. Yay! Okay, yes, my very long journey with the CPA exam is finally over with. And so this video is for inspiration and motivation. If you were or are in the same boat that I'm in, just know that if I passed, you can pass as well. And I'm going to share with you details of my journey. I'm going to try not to make this video too long, but please bear with me if it is. So I started this CPA exam journey. Oh my goodness. I mean, really, when I think about it, I started this journey when I started grad school, because that's the reason I went to grad school, was to get the additional hours that was needed in order to sit for the CPA exam. Just about all the states at the time, and this was over 10 years ago, required you to have an additional 30 hours. Now the language has changed to require a master's degree. So that's why I went to graduate school, to earn the additional credit needed to sit for the exam. But life happens along the way. I finished grad school, you know, was working and everything. And at that time, actually, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I was in my 20s when I finished grad school, and I was married with one kid, okay? Then I had to build up the experience, and I've always done industry. So back then, the experience was 5 years under a licensed CPA. So I got that, and along the way, again, life happened. You know, I had more kids, and, you know, things happened. So to summarize my journey, I have been out of grad school now for, gosh, I finished grad school in 2007. So you do the math. And right now it's 2019. And I mean, at some points during my journey, I wasn't sure if I wanted to, you know, continue the CPA. I haven't been testing this whole entire. I started this journey this time around. I've attempted the CPA one other time before, and it was a long story. I ended up hospitalized, and I lost credit. So this time around, when I started the CPA journey, I was motivated and determined to complete this goal that I set of becoming a CPA. I was working for 10 years, decided to leave corporate America to start my own practice, to start my own accounting and tax firm, and to have more flexibility. So I had been doing that for a few years, and at this point my kids were, you know, my youngest was going to start kindergarten. So I decided that I wanted to pursue what I started and finish what I started. So luckily, the CPA exam review course that I purchased years ago was actually still active. So I was able to use that. And the bad part about it is that I did have to retake the parts that I passed. So for the total CPA exam, all 4 parts, I'll tell you this, I took each part at least twice. Yeah. This time around, I passed auditing and BEC the first time taking it, but regulation, I had to take regulation twice. The first time I ran out of time, and yeah, it was just the time thing. With this whole CPA exam, that's always been my challenge, the timing of the exam. You really have to manage your time in order to, for me at least, I really needed to manage my time to ensure that I completed all the sections, all the parts of the exam without running out of time. So regulation, I ran out of time the first time. The second time, I managed my time better. I was able to finish, and I passed. Now, FAR is what was challenging for me. I had to retake FAR 4 times before I passed. I passed on my 4th try. Because it took me so long to pass FAR, my auditing grade expired. So I had to retake that and then retake FAR. My BEC grade expired, so I had to retake that and then retake PAR. I'm sorry, not PAR. And then retake FAR. So that's how I ended up taking each exam at least twice before I passed. And FAR I had to take 4 times. FAR was truly a beast for me. The sheer volume of content in FAR is so large, and what can actually be on an exam, you don't know. It's like throwing a dart at the board. I mean, you can spend time studying, trying to get some concept that you're struggling with down to like the T, and it's not even on the exam. So you never know with FAR. FAR is so challenging because you really just have to know everything. And if you started studying already, you'll know that the content, the volume. I used CPA Excel, and the estimated time and the sections for FAR was like twice as much as auditing and regulation. Yeah. So for FAR, I just kept running out of time. The simulations is what killed me. The simulations were so long. My simulations had like, I kid you not, on my very first FAR exam, I had 1 research question, and all the rest of them were simulations that had attachments. So that meant that you had to open up and read each attachment, and the minimum number of attachment they had was 4. One of them had 8 attachments. I mean, I was spending so much time on the simulations, and really I was like, I don't know how I'm ever going to pass this exam, because I need time to do this simulation and to get it correct or whatever. And the 4 hours they give you is not enough for me. So when I finally did pass FAR, I knew I had to have a strategy going into the exam, and my strategy was time management. That was it, okay? So I set aside, there's 2 multiple choice testlets. So I set aside no more than 45 minutes for each testlet. I didn't care what was going on. At 45 minutes, I was moving on and just, trying to get to the simulations. Because FAR, even though the grades are 50% multiple choice and 50% simulation, if you don't finish the simulation, it really hurts the grade because it's going to be blank. And that's what kept hurting me. So for the time that I did pass, I rushed through the multiple choice. I felt confident. I got a lot of them correct. But even, within a multiple choice, sometimes you have problems that you have to solve. Or calculations. So for those problems or whatever, I really just rushed through it. I was not precise. I could have done better, but I was like, you know what? I'm not running out of time on a simulation this time. And so after my hour and a half was up for both of the simulations, I believe in the second simulation, the last 3 questions, I literally just guessed it or whatever, just to get to the simulation part of the exam. And when I got to the simulation, it's a good thing I did that, because I had the same setup. I had 1 research question, and all the rest were long simulations with all these attachments. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, the minimum number of attachments I had was 4. They wanted cash flow statements done. They wanted reconciliation. They wanted you to review an audited financial statements and, edit the auditor's opinion letter or whatever. All of that stuff or whatever was in there. And all of it took time. So even when I got to the simulation, I want to say I budgeted 20 minutes for each simulation. And same thing. If I got to my 20 minutes and my time was up, I moved on to the next simulation. I did not waste time trying to be 100% confident in each simulation. And that's what got me through that FAR exam, and that's what got me the passing grade and got me to finally pass all 4 parts of the CPA exam and be well on my way to receiving my CPA license any day now. So I hope this video helped. If you're like me, if you've been out of school for a whole bunch of years, I'm married, I have 3 kids, I have a business that I run, I have investment property, I just have a lot going on. I was not a traditional student who just came out of college, worked 1 year, and took this exam. So I feel like, I just wanted to share my journey with you guys so that if you are in the same boat, just know that with determination and belief in yourself, you can do it. My journey was exactly 2 years. Like I said earlier, I ran out of time. The 18-month window, I went outside of the window. And so I ended up taking the first 2 exams that I passed, the auditing and BEC. I had to take it again. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, I passed, and it feels so good. I had to wait to record this video, guys. I got my passing grade like 2 or 3 months ago, but I've just been so excited. I received it right before summer started, and I've just been so excited. I didn't want my video to just be all over the place and me rambling, so I had to wait till I had my excitement contained before I recorded this video. But if you have any questions, please leave your comments below. More than happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. And if you are on this CPA journey, I wish you the best of luck, and know that with determination, you will pass as well. Thank you. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.